How's everybody doing tonight? You know, you guys, you guys dress a lot sharper than you did in Iowa. They look pretty fancy. They clean up good. This, you know, first of all, you know I love you back. This is our last official inauguration event. Our last, I mean, you guys can keep on partying. Just saw Jay-Z. He's on his way out. But this is the last celebratory event before we bear down and focus on the job at hand. And it is fitting that this is how we close out what has been a remarkable celebration, because this is also where it began. This campaign began with a very simple idea, and that was that our politics did not reflect the decency, the imagination, the spirit, the fire, the courage, the tolerance, the neighborliness, the patriotism of the American people. That our politics had been distorted. It had become a game of who's up and who's down, who's winning, who's losing, who can get their name in the papers, who can spin and tweak the news so that it makes them look good and it makes their opponents look bad. That's what politics had become. And what we decided was that we would test the proposition, the possibility, that if all of us out there who had a sense that America could do better, if all of us got together, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, young, old, gay, straight, if all of us came together who had this feeling, this urge, that America had better days ahead, but that it was going to require work at the grassroots. The change wasn't going to happen from the top down, but it was going to happen from the bottom up. People knocking on doors, people making phone calls, talking to their neighbors, talking to their friends, talking to their co-workers. That kind of campaign, we thought just maybe, we could overcome all the institutional barriers, all the bad habits that had made politics so inaccessible and had made people so cynical. Now, it turns out that this faith was justified. that the bet we made surely paid off. And I can tell you, there are 3 reasons why it paid off. Number 1, Michelle. Number 1. With Malia and Sasha a close second. Because I could have never done this campaign had it not been for the fact that I am married to such a remarkable person, such a force in her own right, such a fine mother, such a fierce campaigner, such a good dancer. I would not have felt the confidence to go out on such an unlikely journey. Second reason, we had a lot of great people working in this campaign. But there is one person, this is amazing to say, but there's one person who, when I see him, I get choked up. And that is David Plouffe. And I say that, you know, it's kind of strange to say, because plus, let's face it, I mean, he's not like the most demonstrative guy. But that's exactly why he chokes me up, because here's a guy who just was so good at what he did, was so focused on doing the job. You know, did you guys see that movie? What's that movie with Jack Nicholson and Leo DiCaprio, The Departed? Is that what it's called? You remember where the scene where Mark Wahlberg's mad at some guy? And the guy says, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm the guy doing my job. You must be the other guy." You remember that scene? David Plouffe is the guy doing his job. That guy worked harder, he was more dedicated, he was more astute, he was more focused, he never did an interview, never got his name in the papers, never hobnobbing with the big shots. All he cared about, all he was passionate about was doing his job. And that's a rare thing, somebody who performs at such excellence, but it isn't about him. And so in that sense, he embodied the entire spirit of the campaign. That culture that he set at the top ended up permeating everybody. Everybody in the Chicago office, everybody in the field offices, everybody started thinking, it's not about me, it's about getting the job done. That's what this campaign was about.